All right. I'll wait until I see the official confirmation on Twitch.
Cool.
But we're just
What
about
they
there.
do to their platform.
What did who?
Twitch, quit messing with your stuff, man. I can't even find.
All right. We are here. We made it. Welcome, 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 everybody, to Mouthbreathers Guild Live, MBG Live, the weekly Twitch podcast where we talk about comics and we just get real damn nerdy about it. This week, have an extra special guest. We have Noah McCon with us. Noah, say hello to the people.
What's up, guys?
And you may be
excited.
thinking, what would preempt or prompt such a special guest to join us? And the answer to that question is because we're talking about one of the best books ever, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, of which Noah is quite a big fan. He's a big fan of Tom King. Noah, tell us about your relationship with Tom King.
I wish I had one, but
How many years have you and Tom been dating? I just gotta know. How long have you been serious?
Yeah, is that your dad?
Well, yeah. Hey, man, you gotta come get me. I miss you so much. You said you came back, and you never did.
Daddy?
No, my first Tom King book was actually Love After Lasting, and I was kind of like, okay, this is all right. But then I read this book, and I was like, okay, I think I'm a Tom King fan now. So I'm so excited to get to talk about it with you guys.
Hell yeah. This was not my first Tom King, but it definitely will not be my last Tom King. I'm a big fan of this book. We'll dive into it in just a sec. Of course, got to plug all the things. If you're watching this, go to mouthbreathersguild.com. You can get all of these books, not this one. That one we can't resell. That would be illegal. But these books, All You Can Eat, which has everybody in it. You've got Manny and I's story, you've got Ben's story, and you've even got a story from Noah himself. I'm going to get flipped to that. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that.
Look at that.
You can, if you like this, you can go to mouthbreathersguild.com right now and buy a copy. You can also buy a copy of Renowned, our Monster of the Week high fantasy and sci-fi series. You can also go there to get Remise. Oh God, focus is going wild now. Oh man,
God.
come on,
Please.
come on now, camera. You're ruining my plug. Damn, stupid.
Spit on it. Spit on it.
Powerful, man. Too sexy a book.
I know.
It looks too
Blurring
good.
it
It
out.
just simply.
It really is.
Okay, and we're back. Jesus, that was rough. Okay, Remise, Manny's book, Dark Fantasy. It rocks. Time Police, you can't buy on our website, but you can buy it where, Ben?
The Time Police store on Etsy. So if you go to Etsy, search the Time Police store, it'll take you to our site. We've got all 3 covers out there right now. So $5 each, but I will warn you, shipping is a B. So I wanted to keep the price low just to make sure that people could still grab an issue for pretty cheap. But go out there, get your copy now, and I promise I will at least sign everything that goes out. I'll see once my buddy James, my writing partner for Time Police, when he's in town, we'll sign a bunch more. So you could have a single signed or double signed copy. But yeah, go out there and get your copy today.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah. And then, of course, The Legend of Carl. Noah, do you have any other plugs you want to make? Any place that the wonderful people at home can find you?
Yes, so I am working on a book right now called The Legend of Kaiden. Kaiden is spelled Kyyden, and I'm working on it with a writer named Jesse Wolf. We plan to have a new issue out next year, but if you look up JW Storytelling, you should be able to find a issue of the prologue. But if you want to just find me, you can find me on Instagram. It's Noah McCann, just all one word as the handle, MCHAN. And yeah, that's all I got.
It's McCann. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. You never corrected me, you piece of shit.
Hey man,
he's such a good boy, Kev. He's such a good boy. He doesn't want to hurt your
nice
feelings.
to you.
Okay, Noah McCann is with us, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, as always, I'm going to start with our solicit, and then we're going to dive into our first impressions. It's Supergirl like you've never seen her before, in a character-defining sci-fi fantasy masterpiece from Mr. Miracle writer Tom King and Wonder Woman artist BILQUIS EVELY. BILQUIS, if you're watching this at home, I doubt you are. I apologize for how many times I'm going to butcher your name over the next hour and a half. Kara Zor-El has seen some epic adventures over the years, but she now finds her life without meaning or purpose. Here she is, a young woman who saw her planet destroyed and was sent to Earth to protect a baby cousin who ended up not needing her. What was it all for? Wherever she goes, people only see her through the lens of Superman's fame. Just when Supergirl thinks she's had enough, everything changes. An alien girl seeks her out with a vicious mission. Her world has been destroyed and the bad guys responsible are still out there. She wants revenge, and if Supergirl doesn't help her, she'll do it herself, whatever the cost. Now a Kryptonian, a dog, and an angry, heartbroken child head out into space on a journey that will shake them to their very core. This volume collects the entirety of the 8-issue miniseries Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Woo! That was a bigger solicit than I'm used to.
It was a good job, though. Well read.
Thank you. Gentlemen, what are our initial impressions? Noah, you're our esteemed guest. Why don't you start us off?
This book is freaking gorgeous, man. Like, if there's ever an artist edition of this, I am going to be the first one in line to buy it. Like, that's what got me to buy this, was just seeing, like, all the splashes and stuff online. I was like, you know what? I gotta check this out. So, just soak in this art. That's all I gotta say. That alone is enough to sell this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Manny, what'd you think?
I thought it sucked. Like the whole thing. Like the writing sucks.
Right.
The drawing sucks.
Sure.
The colors suck.
Uh-huh.
Kick him off the stream.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's kind of trash. It's hot doo doo. No, I'm just kidding. It's solid.
Manny's
I,
in
uh,
today.
I read this and I was like, huh. This was amazing. Wow. So unfortunately, I had to read it on my phone when I was at work.
Oh, that sucks.
But
But you do have a
seeing the-
print copy now, right?
I do, yeah. I'm flipping through it right now. Yeah, flipping through it is like this is the way it's meant to be. I mean, it looks good in print, dude. Looks good on screen too, for sure. Obviously, it's amazing. But like, this has like that newsprint quality to it, like this book that I'm holding right now. Like, it's not like super glossy paper and like, you know, super, I don't know, clean. You know, it feels right. It feels good. It's got a nice texture to it and everything. 5 stars all around. 5 stars.
5 stars all around.
All around.
Ben, your thoughts. Tell me about them.
All right. Well, you know, I get word diarrhea of the mouth, so I'm gonna try to keep it short so we can actually get to the book itself, because I want to hear. I've got questions, but hopefully they're nothing where I'm like, why does this book make me so tired? But Tom King, the most I knew about him before this was Batman. So I've read some Tom King Batman, and I know he can be very verbose in that. So I wasn't entirely shocked when this was very dialogue heavy. I did like the way that Supergirl kind of felt like a side character in her own story, but like the most important side character. If there's like such a thing as like character 1 and then 1A, like she is definitely 1A. So I thought that was a really interesting storytelling device. We're not just going to tell it from Supergirl's point of view. She's a huge fixture in this, and we're going to see a lot of her. So I really thought that was an interesting dynamic for Tom to use to help tell the story of this crazy space adventure. I love some of the things they do for humor, and just the way they play with the different colors of suns and kryptonite. Because of course it's Supergirl. If it has super in front of the title and it's a DC story, they've got to play with those kinds of concepts. BILQUIS, like her artwork is gorgeous. It is the most Hayao Miyazaki feeling artwork that I've seen in comic books, where I'm just like, holy crap, like this is gorgeous. And Matthias's colors throughout are just phenomenal. Looking at all those, like setting tone with color is huge. And it's just fantastic throughout.
It is a wombo combo of a team. Like the coloring is on point, the writing is on point, the drawing is fucking extravagant. it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
so
if you are
thank
gushing
Noah, for
over,
allowing us to do this.
yes, and if you are gushing over this book and its team, go add Helen of Windhorn to your pull box right now.
Please do
Get the
that,
trade
man.
like I am, because I was a
It's
loser.
the best comic book coming out now. Period.
I cannot
Full
tell you
stop.
how mad I am at myself, boys. Noah, you and Kev were championing Helen of Windhorn, and I'm just so mad I can't find issue 1 anywhere, and I'm just gonna have to wait for the trade because
I think I've seen them at Carry actually in Ultimate. I might have to get you one next time I go.
we'll see if
Yeah.
we can do a meetup there or something.
Yeah, we will have to, man. We will have to.
I
Yes.
do want to comment on what you were saying, Ben, earlier with Supergirl being like the side character in her story. I like the interesting perspective of the writing this whole time. Like we're going through the lens of this character right here. What's her name?
Ruth.
Remember her name?
Ruthie.
Ruthie. I thought it was great because I mean, like, at the end of the day, you know, the superhero's kind of gonna win in like every single DC book, every single Marvel book. Like, Spider-Man's never gonna fucking die. Period.
Yeah,
And
he's
I
gonna be
think
fine.
yeah, I was talking about this with Kevin a while ago, doing like a John Wick book and having like the side character be the character that we're following, you know, because we know he's basically a superhero. He's not gonna die. He's the guy that kills the boogeyman.
Yeah.
So let's go through the lens of someone else that's got some stakes. You know, they got a mission. You know, like let's see what they're about, and that's what this story is. It's like we're seeing what Ruthie's her mission, her goal, and then Supergirl is there basically assisting her. You know, kind of just serendipitous on the same adventure, which is pretty great. It all works. You know, really enjoyed that perspective in the book. So
Yeah. It's like how there's like this mythical figure, like how does like that figure that can like do so much like affect like the characters who are like, you know, mere mortals, you know, more like you and me than anything else. Like how does that affect like what they do and the choices they make?
100%. And I think it's because, like, you're never going to fully empathize with Supergirl or Superman or any of these larger than life heroes. Like, so taking it through the lens of somebody who is trying to empathize, trying to understand them, works a lot more coherently. Like, because you're never going to know what it's going to feel like to be able to basically never die. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Works really well as a storytelling device. And I mean, Ruthie as a character has just such a unique voice, cadence. It's that hyper, what is the word that I'm looking for? Overly loquacious, just way too wordy and flowery and over explaining everything. And it works to great effect. When it like needs to be poetic and flowery, it is. But then when it needs to be like humorous and stand out from how normal people talk, it does that really well. I especially love this whole sequence with them on like the space bus.
I was gonna mention this scene to you guys. Like, what did you think about it? Because like there were a few times where I just wanted to skip over it, but then when I actually read it, it was like, oh man, this is actually great. I love it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's hilarious.
Describing the smell alone. I mean, when, you know, she's there talking about how, like, I don't want to breathe in, but of course, saying it in a much more flowery way than that. And comparing it to the things that she smelled back home, which, you know, being on a farm and being able to describe some of those smells and associating them, I thought it was fantastic. Because seeing the way that BILQUIS makes these side characters or just these, you know, one-off characters, the one that's there definitely kind of gives that unbathed, unkempt feeling. So her describing that was just fantastic.
He's gross. Just gross.
He's gross.
Yeah, the creature designs in all the like weird space places are fantastic. Like when they need to be gross, they're gross. When they need to be haunting and intimidating, they are. They just have like viscera and trash and goo running off of them at any given time, which I just thought was so good. Like this dude looks like he smells. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He looks like wet garbage. And so like to just hear that he smells fits very aptly. Yeah, this book is great. And it's because, I mean, for a lot of reasons, but Tom King is truly at his best when he is, as he describes it, writing sad man stares out window books. That is his phrasing I heard on an episode of Off Panel, which I always loved, but it's true because my favorite books of his are that. Particularly like Sheriff of Babylon, Human Target, Mr. Miracle, the very like despondent kind of introverted character studies. And that's what he made Supergirl, and it works super well. Like let's focus on the tragedy of her life's mission, her whole planet and race dying, like this loneliness and emptiness with which she kind of explores space. And it just like gives her this almost noir, gritty characterization, even though the story is not that at all. Yeah, it's so good. There's so much depth to her. It's amazing.
Her
Is
attitude,
one
too.
chapter. Oh, go
I
ahead.
love it. Sorry, it's just I just wanted to say like how she's like so vulgar, just like saying shit and fucking bitch or whatever. Like every other panel is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, when you think about
Right.
that, Kal-El Superman is your cousin. And so
Right.
when you're hanging around Superman as a part of the family, you've got to toe the line, man. So when you're away from everything, like fuck this. Like, just let it all go. I thought that was great.
Over too. I mean,
So, can we go back to the scene that she's introduced in? Like, because that's a perfect intro for this version of Supergirl.
It is. She's
it's-
getting hammered on
yeah.
her 21st birthday.
Like, look
On
at
a
that
planet.
panel where she's like smiling, just absolutely shit faced, man. That is a great panel.
It's the
On a
first time we get a
planet that
full-on
has a
shot of her
red
face.
sun.
Yeah.
Love that detail.
What
'cause
an
when you think
intro.
about it, oh man, I'm like, wait a minute, how can Supergirl be drunk? Like Superman, Supergirl, all the supers, they have sped up metabolism, so it would take a lot to get them shithoused, right? But then when they're like,
Mhm.
oh, it's a planet with a red sun, I'm like, oh, that's right. 21st birthday, why not live it up? Go to a place where it doesn't take much to get a little buzz on and just get hammered.
But it's also like not particularly celebratory. Like she is going to the
Okay.
edge of the universe to get away from the sun's power so that she
Yeah.
can go get hammered by herself. Like,
But she's got crypto with her. I mean, that's happy, right? You got the friendly pooch.
look, I've got me a dog. That doesn't mean I'm happy every day.
There is one detail I do want to bring up, like, and that's something I hope you guys paid attention to. Like, look at the eyes of all the characters in this book. Like,
Oh,
BILQUIS
yep.
just does a beautiful job,
Mhm.
like conveying different emotions just through how she renders the eyes alone, man. Like that panel we were just talking about, like it's clear she's like gone, but then as you go through later chapters, you can see so many more emotions through how she does it. It's really something to behold.
No, she's so good at also like really like with her composition where she puts the eyes, always draw your focus, but then those like peaks of white that are in every character's like eyeballs just like make them pop and stand out, and you just kind of want to stare at them, like you're just drawn to them. It's so
Yeah,
good.
those rendering eyes that she's doing throughout this whole thing, it was definitely something I could not stop looking at while I was
Oh,
going
yeah.
through it. I mean, just the size alone, very.
It's like very much her style, like the eyes and then like the very chiseled facial features, pointy noses, like square jaw lines. Like
Mm-hmm.
she does that a lot in her books, and it works every time.
Yeah.
And the line weights throughout the whole thing too. Like the hands, like the female hands feel very delicate. They feel very soft, and
Oh yeah.
just the way she's rendering all of that stuff, and just the textures she's using, especially on the clothes, the cross hatching with a brush. It's beautiful, very beautiful, very loose, but controlled. It's fantastic.
Yeah, very detailed too. Like,
Yeah, extremely.
but like in the right places. You know what I mean? Like it's very selective. It's controlled. Not like everything is like a Mobius background. You know what I mean? It's like
But at the same time, everything is with movies.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, dude, the way that she goes into detail on just the ground underneath their feet, especially with the first
Yeah.
battle here with Krem and what is whatever the other guy's name is, that he's just called like the Bounty or whatever.
Yeah,
That
Right.
just
asshole.
call him Bounty.
Yeah, the Bounty, dude. Just the ground alone, there's so much detail. I agree 100% with what you guys are saying, just in her character work. But the one thing that got me out of the first issue, I mean, if you're wanting a stinger, if you're wanting something to keep you hooked, dude, you go after the dog.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, that one got me, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll read this with my 7-year-old. And I was like, well, I don't think we need to see arrows in chests. And then I'm like, oh, Crypto takes an arrow to the throat. Yeah, I don't want to have to deal with consoling my 7-year-old for like the next 30 minutes, being like, it's just a comic book. It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
I mean, hey, if you want to create a strong revenge motivation, just kill the dog. It works every time.
Yep. John Wick.
Yeah, they made 4 movies off that concept. You know what I mean?
They're making more. They made a show. They got the spin-off shows happening just because of that movie when someone killed the wrong fucking dog.
Hmm.
You killed the boogeyman's dog. That's
Dude.
not gonna bode well.
As I'm just flipping through issue to issue, I absolutely love the unraveling of 4 masterpieces. I'm sorry, Bailey.
Yeah, basically 4 masterpieces.
4 masterpieces. They're perfect. Yeah, you're right. They're perfect. No, but I love the way that, because it's told through Ruthie's perspective, we don't know who Supergirl is, what her motivations and intentions are, the complexity of her inner kind of character, and the way that it parses it out issue over issue, where first we see her like incredible strength, and then we have kind of her cunning and her ability to get through this situation, to be like strong and powerful, not take any shit at the space bus station, and then like erupt with that power as the fucking god Phoenix. I don't even know what the fuck that red kryptonite shit was. It was awesome. And
Drugs.
but we see, yeah, the drug, and then her compassion right afterwards when she's washing Ruthie's hands, and like her deep caring when she's on the purple and blue planet, her issue with mortality when she's on that planet where she's like sort of dying later on. Like, it just keeps probing deeper and deeper and unraveling all these different aspects of her character. It's so goddamn good.
Yeah. One thing that I will say, and I'm interested, Noah, in your thoughts, and Manny, jump in as well. How many times do you tell a Superman story or a Supergirl story and you have to do the destruction of Krypton, right? It's just, anytime, you always write for the first time comic book reader. And I'm so glad that they didn't do, this is Supergirl. She came from Krypton. Her planet was destroyed. Like, it comes up conversationally. Like, what happened to your planet? And it just kind of becomes naturally a part of the story, to where eventually, when they do expand on it for that issue, which is phenomenal, by the way, in my opinion, it doesn't feel forced, because so often it feels like it's Superman. He came from Krypton. The planet blew up. They flew him in a ship. He landed in camp. Like, no need to do all of that, and I found that so refreshing.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to it when we get to that issue, but like, I think that in this story in particular, it's justified just the way they did it.
Yeah.
And like, it serves a purpose, right? It's to differentiate like Supergirl from Superman, like why like she's not as like, bright and hopeful, and doesn't have like as, clean of an attitude as Superman does, right? So I think it works great here.
100%. And she's faced with the realities of Krypton actually blowing up, not just like hearing the
She saw
myths. Yeah.
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 It's not abstract.
It's a memory she has, a lived experience.
Yeah.
So, what did you guys think about chapter 3 with the the nice suburban town that has a
Oh,
dark
dude.
secret. What do you guys think?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
I think the allegory for like ethnic cleansing was a bit on the nose, but it's comics. It worked. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
The secret that it's like, yeah, well, we didn't want our people to die, so we sent them over there, and now we just don't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
We just did a
I mean-
teensy weensy little genocide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all. It's fine. I will say the heart wrenching part came, I think, at the beginning of issue 4 when they start to find survivors. But I really that one had me guessing, like, what is it that they're hiding? Did this group kill him? And so when you find out it's the person that they've been chasing, this Krim guy, which I don't think we've talked much about. You know, Krim, he's the bad guy that killed Ruthie's dad, shoots Crypto, and apparently uses poison-tipped arrows. So the pretense that Supergirl, and this is something I gotta ask smarter people about, so you guys have to help me with this because I was too dumb to figure it out. But you know, that's the whole pretense why Supergirl is going with Ruthie to track Krim down. And so we find out Krim is now partnered with this giant bounty hunter group. And I think to me, that's the part I wanted to see more. I'm like, how bad are these bounty hunters? And I guess you see it in the wake of Devastation, but I guess I wanted to just get a little bit more feel for like, how close is Krim in this group? Is he just using them? So I don't know. That I kind of felt like wasn't wound as tightly as it could have been, but it would also be an unnecessary insert panel here or there.
Yeah, you guys can like tell me your thoughts on it, but honestly, I do kind of agree that like Krim could have been a little more present in like the first parts of the story, but I feel like as it like got to the end, it got a lot stronger with him. Like it became clear like why we should hate him and why Supergirl and Ruthie want to get him so bad.
Yeah, and like, oh, go ahead, Manny.
It's kind of reminded me of like you know how the Boondock Saints is set up, where you see the aftermath and then you see how they got there. You know,
Yeah.
It's kind of like them showing up to these planets and seeing the devastation that these people are leaving behind. Like, this guy's a bad guy throughout this whole thing, and then you see what happens to him later on. Like, no matter all this stuff, like everything that goes wrong or that this person has done, and then she's still like basically a forgiving God, one could say.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great kind of point. Like, I really do think that it kind of is, by having them show up over and over in the aftermath, it creates a great sense of stakes for what a villain can do, rather than like we know the big bad guy is going to get the big bomb and blow up the earth or whatever it is, right? Like, it's like when it's like when the Death Star blows up Alderaan, you go, holy shit. Like, they just killed billions of people, like, with just one laser shot. Like, it's that sense of dread to give the villain real weight, but it's also like to create that sense of dread in Supergirl, knowing that like no matter how much destruction and devastation she can work to prevent, there's always going to be more. You're always going to be chasing this goal. There's always going to be this endless kind of perpetual cycle of bad that you can't squash out, and you shouldn't feel like you have this control over it.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see your point there. I think the part that I struggle with, and we'll get to it later, is, you know, it sounds like Krim was this king's agent, and he was just there to kind of sniff out dissent and be like, oh, so, you know, what do you think of the king? And I don't want to spoil that for the end, but he does murder Ruthie's dad. That's what sets all this in motion, right? And then it's like he goes from killing one rock farmer on a planet to citywide devastation to like colony-wide, you know, genocide. I was just like, wow, that's a really small thing to be like, well, you know, I killed one guy and then I just started wiping everybody out.
Well, I think
disconnect, but
we'll I guess we'll get into it like when we get to that chapter, but I think when he explains his reason why, like you'll kind of see like here's how this guy could get from like, King's agent to like galactic genocidal maniac.
All right, I may
So-
need you to hold my hand because I was like I said, not very smart when I came.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Sorry if I'm skipping way ahead. I'm flipping through the dinosaur chapter. It's so good.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Same.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too.
I mean,
And-
I loved how it was a different adventure with each issue too. You know, we're on one planet, then we're on another, then we're on another one. Like, and then we get
Yeah.
sucked into a portal, and now we're here, and we're weak, and this sucks.
oh dude, the portal or the warp planet was so cool. And knowing that like there's history there, Superman got dropped on there and was there for 45 minutes until the JLA saved him.
I
and-
love the last line in that too, with her being on the planet 45 minutes, little bitch.
Yeah. There is one Bilquis face that always like is burned into my memory where she like shoots out like heat vision and then she's all delirious. That's like really scary looking to me. It's just burned into my memory.
Yeah,
Let's see if we
really
can
cool.
find it. Yeah, okay. Where she's like going like, no, it's a bird. Wait, no, it's a plane.
The
And then she just
pterodactyls.
passes out. Yeah.
Yeah. 9 hours. That's nothing. Sorry, this cracks me up. I really do think that like this book, it's so hard in sci-fi and fantasy to believably construct the story where it's like, and then we went to this place, and then we had to go here, and then we went here, and then we went here. Like in really good examples, you don't even notice it happening. Like in Lord of the Rings, for example, like it's constantly like, now we have to go here, now we have to go here, and we're walking and we're walking, we're going to Mordor. That's our end goal. It's bad in like Rebel Moon is like the Zack Snyder movie where that literally just feels like we have to go to this planet and then we're going to this planet. We have to get the widget to go to the thing and get the crystal and then beat the thing and then kill the guy and do the thing. And it's just like this endless list. It's like fetch quests, like we said last week. Where like bad
Yes, I
stories
played
feel
some
like
games too.
yeah. And this book avoids that, even though they are like constantly moving planet to planet.
But it's like, because they're here, then they had to do this. Therefore, this happens. You know,
Yeah.
like they're
Yeah.
discovering stuff, and it's naturally moving. It's not just a fetch quest. It's like, we're going after this one guy, and then he sucked me into a fucking portal.
Yeah.
And I'm dying.
Yeah, he genocided a whole planet. Now we've got to unpack that and kind of fix that problem if we can,
Yeah.
over and over again.
Or at least help those that are affected by it. You know, then there's showing more compassion towards people and stuff. It's
Yeah, and it creates a sense of scale where Supergirl is a presence known throughout the cosmos.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
planet knows Supergirl. Everyone knows what's up, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, and like how that manifests in different ways, which is again fucking rad. Like
Yeah.
it creates a sense of weight and lore and mythos to even her that we have to uncover because other people are talking about it, which is just such smart
Yeah.
writing.
Yeah.
This really does feel like a big galaxy in this book, and that's something that just doesn't come across in a lot of superhero books, but this one just does it so well.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
And them jumping around all these different planets, and we're seeing all these different races and like their ways of living and stuff. Very cool.
I'm obsessed with the Jack Kirby guy.
Yeah. That's a great scene, though.
It is.
Oh yeah, the giant, and it's
Mhm.
a girl, right? It's the mother in this
Yeah.
race. So yeah, I thought that was awesome, and it's just like, yeah, she had to get out the emotions. So it's like, just attack me. Just what are you, a wuss? Come on, hit me. Do something. Hit me. And just knowing that like she
You're
had to get
small.
those emotions out.
So I don't want to.
I'm large. It will hurt. Just fucking do it.
And again, able to deliver a sense of like this moment with a sense of humor, because Tom King like is not known for being funny.
What?
He writes pretty stark and grim and dark stories, but I think it's that level of humor that only someone in the CIA could have possibly developed. You know what I mean?
Gonna say, well, there's a reason, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you just have witnessed such atrocity that you have no hope but to just have the blackest sense of humor possible.
Yeah. Every time I read like a Tom King book now, like after discovering he was in the CIA, I'm just like, so which one of these was like an old mission that he did?
Yeah.
Well, that's gosh, I don't want to miss the Space Dragon because we skipped over the Space Dragon. That's such a freaking beautiful piece of artwork. But you guys bring that up, the CIA. I mean, the Black Vault, going into whatever that Black Vault is, talking about all the security footage. I mean, my gosh, how right out of that line of work would that be?
I think it does tie into the end too, and I'll come back to it when we talk about it. But yeah, that look that Supergirl has when she's walking out, like that's definitely from like an experience Tom King had.
Just the utter trauma of just seeing this stuff happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the Space Dragon, but here's the Space Dragon page for you, Ben.
Oh, dude, the one where it's wrapped around the train, like you see the space bus, and then the thing's wrapped around it. It's a full page spread.
Yeah.
It's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And again, it's just allowing BILQUIS and MATHEUS to just do their thing, right? I want a Space Dragon. Like listening to one of the interviews with Tom, he was just like, I don't know, what do you do with it? And he was asking, it was either a 10 or 12-year-old, like his son. He's like, I don't know, what do you think I should put in the book? And his kid was just like, a dragon. He's like, hell yeah. When do you come across a dragon in a comic book and you're like, this is dumb. Like, a dragon doesn't belong here. I was like, this is awesome. Like, show me a kick-ass space dragon. That's just so cool. But I like, again, going back to Supergirl and showing just some of her vulnerability. It's I'm gonna articulate it way less pretty than you did, Kev, but showing her emotional side is fantastic, and you definitely see that later on in the book. I love seeing her vulnerability here, talking about, I've been on a planet with a red sun. I haven't been anywhere close to it. You can't really rely on me. I know I'm Supergirl. Everyone knows me, but not much I can do at this point. So I really thought that was interesting. And then getting going out there asking for drugs, essentially. Does anybody have any drugs?
Yeah, who's
Hook
got
me up
meth?
with
Got him.
Come on now. Who's holding out on me? So I thought that was so cool too. I'm like, that's an interesting take on it.
It's like her attitude throughout this whole book. I was just like, if all of these Supergirl comics are written like this, I would get all of them. This is great.
I don't believe they are.
No, I know.
There's a reason why we can only talk about this one.
I know.
Yeah. And this is an aside that we can get into later, but every time I read this book, I just think to myself, how the fuck are they going to turn this into a movie? Like, I know that this is what they're going to base the Supergirl movie off of, but like, how much is going to get cut and what are they going to cut? You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
I literally no, there's no fucking way they're gonna do that.
I
It's
have
gonna
a
be
theory, but like we'll
wow.
get to that when we get to that chapter.
Okay.
okay.
It's not. It needs to be a show. It can't be a fucking movie.
Or it should be like,
Right,
it should be like
right.
Lawrence of Arabia, and it should be like 3.5 hours long. And I'm not one to advocate for long superhero movies because they get boring as fuck. But like this one, it would be okay if they decided to just go panel for panel. Although I worry about trying to translate Tom King because unless you're doing like the noir voiceover, like you're gonna lose that like thing. And I think that noir voiceover is like a bad look. There's a reason why we don't see a ton of comic books with the voiceover, except for basically Batman and then Deadpool, but that is for different reasons. So I don't know. Voiceover gets cheesy fast.
Yeah. I agree with Bailey. Bring back intermissions. There you go. That'll solve it. Lawrence of
Ooh.
Arabia length, and you do a split it right down the middle. give us an intermission.
Yeah, give you time to go smoke and pee, and then go back to the movie.
Maybe poop.
Yeah, maybe poop.
Maybe.
Not a long poop, quick poop.
You really should do that before you go to the movie, Manny.
Hey, dude, nature calls, dude. Nature calls, man.
I mean, they give you that
my
big popcorn bucket. If it's good enough
all
for
that
Sound of Music,
popcorn
it's
and
good
butter
enough for me.
Slides right
I
out.
need to go round 2 on that thing if we got an intermission.
No, man. Sorry derailing us, but I just had the space dragon was like one of the coolest things that I found in this book, and there's a ton of like really cool things in here. So, I
It's
just was
chock
like, wait a
full
minute,
of
we
good
skipped
shit.
over that. Yeah,
Why everyone watching this needs to go out and buy it and read it.
Right now.
Yeah, and you will be able to find this at any LCS. Like, it is so popular and so character defining. I'm sure I have like a third printing of it, and I got it like years ago. That's how popular this book is. This might actually be the first trade. Look at that.
I was gonna say I gotta look up what printing mine is. Now that you
They
say
did
that.
just come out with the deluxe edition, and it has like a bunch of BILQUIS's thumbnails and cover stuff in it. You guys gotta check it out.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah.
Damn it.
I'll bring it when you guys want to meet up, so you guys can look at it.
I can't wait until they release back matter for Helena Windhorn. I want to see all the concept work. Mm.
Well,
Oh
and
god, artist edition, please.
Seriously.
Dark Horse, listen.
listen. Dude, I love in the way that she's able to do fire and the sun and just everything that, I don't know. You talk about someone where it's like, how the heck aren't they doing more? I just hope that she's enjoying what she's doing, because BILQUIS, even like the one of the raiders or bandits or whatever you want to call them, like them getting stoned. Holy crap. Like
Awesome.
it just
Right?
comes after the Supergirl goes into the Black Vault and sees all the security footage of like the atrocities this band of robbers of murderers have done. And then there's a group of, I don't know what they are. The denizens Zala? I don't know how to say it. The denizens are known for their pottery, which is a shade of red only found in the tiny corner of the universe. Regrettably, I do not see any of their renowned earthware while I was there. Perhaps someday I'll return and purchase this. And while Ruthie is saying this, like, the population of this colony has just stoned a man to death. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, apparently they're really well known for all their gorgeous pottery, but they use the same earth to beat a man to death. Pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, and having it be a cracked glass visor through the stoning was an elegant choice.
There's great character moment too, where Ruthie. Well, let me read this out. Ruthie says, "I know he surely deserved his fate, but I had some thought you'd save him." And then Supergirl just turns and goes, "You'd think, or did you?"
Yeah, did you? Question.
Yeah, did you? Ooh.
And then the monks of Ekvik. This is where I'll ask you guys. Kev and Noah, you guys are collecting Helen of Windhorn, and I see this page of this monastery that these monks have lived in, and this this page that's intercut with panels, seeing this gorgeous, towering building in the clouds. I'm just like, this is what Helen of Windhorn is like, I'm down, dude. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yeah.
like that and then some.
It takes place in like a giant like estate. And so there's all these rooms, and the building is huge and beautiful, and there's nooks and crannies and weapons and armor collections and a library and all the gorgeous shit with these beautiful gardens and a hedge maze and the whole thing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like if
Like, I looked
Saltburn
up
was
more
good.
house. Yeah.
spoiler for those who haven't seen it, is bad.
Oh man.
All the sequences with her just diving into the sun, like her bathed in cosmic forces and light and all that shit, just like one thing that we talk about a lot on this show is pacing and page economy and knowing when to take that breath. And this book just does it like once per issue, where there's just like a wide shot of a landscape with Supergirl staring out into the distance or having some emotional epiphany, and it's just unfucking believable.
Oh yeah.
Like the one right after her diving into the sun on this big shroom trippy planet. She's just nestled up here, and you see these like phoenix ass looking birds, these like Pontiac Firebirds looking.
This is the page that sold me on getting this book in single issues.
It's gorgeous.
I had to get it when I saw this.
For me, it was just Tom King's name. I had read Sheriff of Babylon, and I was like, this is one of the best written comic books I've ever read. I must buy everything. He's not always good. I'm not going to lie to you all. His Batman is incredibly hit or miss for me. Despite him being like the perfect writer for Batman, it just doesn't always work. And I'm reading his Wonder Woman book that he's doing, and it's fine. I don't know. But he has so many bangers. Mr. Miracle, Strange Adventures.
I still think you should read Love Everlasting. I want to see what you think about it.
I really want to read that book. I just missed out on like the first couple issues, so now I need the trade. Is the trade out yet?
Oh yeah, there's a few volumes of the trade out.
Already? Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then I am far behind.
Just let me know when you do pick it up.
Yeah, because it's Erica Henderson doing the art on that?
Elsa Chartier.
Elsa
just like
Chartier,
Darwin
yeah.
Cook.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, damn. I must. But anyway, man, I love her in the portal with the orb. Ruthie's space suit looks so sick.
So cool.
Just great. Oh, I mean, the dinosaur planet fucks me up. It's just because it's like, why not have dinosaurs? Why not have a dragon? Why not have purple and blue people? Do whatever you want. It's a space adventure. And I really wish more comic writers and artists would take this kind of creative license with stories. It's just like, oh, well, it's a comic book, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. So why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a Spider-Man in space, alien mode, and he's getting chased by the xenomorph creature the whole time. Boom. Done.
Yeah, why not? Marvel.
Do it.
We're waiting on our contract right now.
Yeah. Let's go.
Give him the Venom suit. That'll buy you some.
Doesn't Marvel have the rights to Alien too?
They're doing a
Yeah, isn't Declan Shalvey doing the Alien book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alien.
Yeah, you're right.
No. So Marvel, you're welcome. I'll take a 5% royalty, thank you.
Whoa. Me too.
I'm only taking 5%. I didn't say anything about anyone else's deal.
I'll give you 5,000. That'll be good enough.
I love the issue where they're on the dinosaur planet and Supergirl is just fucked up, helpless with the green sun. I love putting Ruthie in Supergirl's position to fight and defend, to fight being kind of outskilled, outmatched, and like relying solely on the will to live and like courage and fighting past feelings of being defenseless. It's like one of the best moments that kind of has Ruthie truly empathizing and understanding Supergirl. Turning the tables really works for an issue too. When you have this invulnerable protector actually being weak and vulnerable. Oof. Woo.
so
And her learning like what Supergirl already knows, like on the fly, like she had to learn to like dry her sword and like always be watching because like there's a bunch of dinosaurs just waiting to eat you. You can't just like take a nap, right?
As they just lay out in the open, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, don't find a cave. Don't hide anywhere.
right here is fine.
Well, the
Right
logic was
here.
that she couldn't drag her around, essentially, right? Like,
Right.
I want to say it was, yeah.
Man, right there.
man, this fucking panel, dude. I love this shit. Oh my god. We're there up
yeah.
here, and then there's just framed by all these dinosaurs. Because I love that the dinosaurs. the dinosaurs. I love
like
the
that.
design of the dinosaurs, the dinosaur, if you will. Because they feel alien, but they're very clearly dinosaurs.
Yeah, I love how it almost has like skin hanging off of them. They look very Skeksis-esque from
Yeah, Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal.
Hell yeah. Skeksis are hot.
Ooh,
But yeah, this is where again that you guys talk about the eyes. After she blasts that one with her heat vision, like just the look in her eyes, like that was it. That's all I have. I can't do anything else. Not until this damn green sun goes away.
Was that a bird? It was a fucking bird. No, it's a plane. Oh no, it's super.
You gotta have it in there somewhere. I think they do it a couple of times too, but
Yeah,
I think they do, yeah.
do it here and there.
Hmm.
Funny.
I love the design of this planet too, just like how there's so many like sharp cliffs and rocks and stuff. Just
Oh,
makes it feel even more hostile.
Yeah.
It just makes me
yeah.
think of like all the concept art that you'll see for video games and shit. You'll always see the spiky mountain range, like in every single concept art book, basically.
You know what I mean? If it worked for Mordor and it worked for fucking, it works for everything. You know what I mean?
Right. But
Yeah.
there's a blog post of someone collecting all of the concept art with a man with a stick. You know, you'll see that giant ass like hiking stick or walking stick or wand, whatever it is. It's always a guy staring at those spiky cliffs with his giant stick.
Yep.
You need a big stick if you're going to be hiking craggy terrain that's spiked up like that, okay? That's just practical. What do you think you're going to go climb a mountain without a big stick? Fucking idiot.
It's just
I want to feel like Gandalf sometimes. There's nothing wrong with it.
all right, guys. I overstepped. I get it.
Yeah. But I love that the green sun makes this planet look like it's covered in poison and piss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks
you're-
nasty.
Putrid.
Oh.
And that the night has got that like musty purple, you know? It's like dirty and greasy. And that dinosaur. Fuck yeah.
Dude, again, just shout out to Matthias. His colors kick ass throughout this entire book.
Yeah.
oh good.
He pooped all over this book with his colors, dude.
Mm.
It's awesome.
And we got a really good onomatopoeia here with the roar across the bottom panel.
Oh yeah. Right over the top of Supergirl. I love how it breaks the figure.
The sun finally sets. I love this shit. And then just the fist to stop the whole dinosaur. Just do. What a little bitch.
That's like my favorite. That's my
That's
favorite
the
bit right
perfect line.
She's such a scoundrel.
Bear crawl like a real man. Good call, Bailey.
Yeah. Well, that's what you do if you don't have a stick.
there.
Yeah. I mean, and that's not a very dynamic picture, right? If you have a person just, laying on the ground while they're staring at these
Yeah.
craggy cliffs, like that doesn't have the same effect. So
Yeah.
I hear you, Manny. I hear you.
They need to be pissing, dude. Do something different. Pooping.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. What if you
That's
just poop so hard that it propelled you like a jetpack? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel, I'm sitting right here with my ideas.
Well, like the Super
Poop
Mario
jetpack.
Sunshine with the
Yeah.
it was like going up, but it's just peeing.
Oh yeah.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, ready? Splatoon, but with poop.
It's just brown paint.
Yeah. Everybody's just a squid with diarrhea.
Uh,
And they're pooping.
All over the place.
Your loadout is
Better
just
bring
what are
a
you ordering
goggles,
from Taco
otherwise
Bell?
it's gonna be a lot of
That's
pink
right.
eye.
Yeah.
shitty soakers, shitty, I don't know, super
Pooper
shitters,
soakers.
pooper soakers. There you go.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And you know, at the end of every game, it just says you died of dysentery.
And there's some like covered wagon in the background for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah. But nobody poops their pants in this book, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Excellent segue. Thank you.
Well, we don't know if she pooped or not in this book.
This is true.
After
We know
reading.
Ruthie does because she asked like,
Yeah.
"There's 4 holes in there. What do I use them for?" And I'm like,
They're all for pooping.
Yeah.
I wish my toilet had 4 holes that could hold all my poop.
Conserve on water. Water conservation.
We've
Only
derailed.
have to flush once a day. Only have to flush once a day.
My apologies for taking us off the rails.
This issue, I think this is what's going in the movie. Like, this is like the chapter that makes the whole book so great, in my opinion. Like, just how it tells the origin of Supergirl in a way that's actually interesting. That's really hard to do, but they managed to pull it off here.
Oh yeah,
This
one
is
was
what's
cool.
going in the movie.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I
Well,
wonder.
I mean, I don't understand. All the other stories have told us that like she just follows Kal-El and like, you know, some
That's
weird
it.
thing knocked her off course, right? It's not as heartbreaking and terrifying as what this is, where it's like, hey, guess what? Your mom and you know, 3/4 of your entire population die of cancer. And then, you know, the rest of your planet's gonna die, and your dad's like, yeah, now I'm gonna save you. Like, all my plans have failed. Now we're all gonna die except for you. See ya, bye, love you.
Love you. Be good.
Oh yeah. Real quick, go to page 3, where it shows like Supergirl with like the black eyes. If you guys can find it,
Oh
that
Lord,
is like
the bottom panel.
such a haunted look.
You shot
Yeah.
my fucking dog.
Yeah, like that takes a special artist to do that and pull it off.
Yeah. I mean, you just get so many sides and facets to Supergirl. So again, the depth, the complexity. She's not 3-dimensional. She's fucking like 12-dimensional. She's just
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And then the retribution here with the her flying in fast as fuck and hello, I'm Supergirl and you're creme of the Yellow Hills and you shot my fucking dog.
Oh man, dude, her coming out of the ashes. What more kind of a rebirth do you need there? Where it's the ashes of Krypton after the first explosion. Goodness.
Again, these pages, these sequences where she's just sitting, staring, looking horrifically sad, just fucking sell the shit out of them. And I love how they use the kind of interstitial title pages throughout. Like it just keeps the trade really flowing. Did the singles do this?
Yes, they do.
Okay, I love that.
The deluxe doesn't though, so I missed that bit.
Oh, weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's formatted a little bit differently.
Interesting.
Talking about drawing horses and how hard that is, and they're just beautiful in this book.
It's like do whatever the fuck you want with the horse on this whole spread
Right.
here. It's so sick. I also am such an enormous fan of when comic books do this, where they take a huge piece of art and they just have the captions read along the side like that. Like, so it just doesn't detract from the page itself and gives you the full moment. Brubaker's like the king of this, where they just have like one hollow, empty shot of somebody looking like dead on the pavement, and then it's just the monologue going over it. It's just
Pulp. The like
Pulp.
last page. in that one.
There's a
It's, like,
really good
laying
one
on
in Where the Body
body.
Was,
Oh yeah.
which rules. You guys have to read Where the Body Was if you haven't. We'll cover it eventually.
Yeah.
Well, we might not because there's a lot of dicks and balls. But, you know, we covered the humans, which had plenty of dicks and balls. So maybe that's not that big of an issue.
I don't think it is. It's art. It's not porn.
That's true.
It's art porn.
It is art porn.
Art.
Emphasis on the art, Twitch.
I feel like that this book is art porn. You know what I mean? It's like art that's
yeah.
so good that it makes me nut.
Well, so, you know, I've given the story a lot of. It has made sense so far, like introducing weird things here and there, and like why not be on a dinosaur planet? That's cool. But Comet, like just randomly being there, I'm
Yeah, I
like,
was like, oh, he's just there.
cool.
Alright.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Why not? Comic logic. Who fucking cares? Need to know basis. You don't need to know fucking reader. It just happened. Deal with it.
The Superman story. Don't think too hard about it.
I
Yeah.
know, but the rest of it, like, he's at least given some context and some reason for why things are happening. And at this point, he's just like, yeah, we're gonna deal with some like heartbreaking stuff on Krypton. Give him a horse. Like,
What,
Yeah.
like I think Tom King has proven himself to be able to, like, in a grounded, normal way, put shit like space dragons and dinosaurs into this book. Like, is the horse really the least believable thing that's going on here? Is that where you draw the line where you're like, space horse? I call bullshit.
well, so Space Horse is fine, but then, you know, in the next issue when we wrap things up, I'm like, wait, what the hell just happened? Space Horse wasn't really a space horse. Well, we'll get to it.
Oh yeah, dude.
The part where they have to lay down metal plates on the ground to save like the whole planet or city from radiation poisoning. That
The
was like
floating-
a very memorable scene, man.
That
Like,
outfit too. Fucking
yeah, and the
sick.
fact that
Yeah,
she's
the hammer,
last
dude.
one?
The hammer
Yeah.
looks so cool.
Yeah,
It's like-
I am in favor. Take the sword away. The sword's cool. Like, get me wrong. I love the design of the sword. Give Supergirl a freaking warhammer. She looks bad.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Brock is rating us with a party of 5.
Party
Yo.
of 5. What a
Let's
party
go.
of
What the
5.
hell? What, Brock? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're fucking we're reading Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, bud.
Yeah, welcome.
I didn't see the raid go through. Well, you're here. It says it on my Twitch. Rated you with a party of 5 viewers. Hello, 5 viewers. I know what you're reading. You're damn right you know what you were reading. It's too damn good. Been here. Readers, read this book. It's amazing. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. We're deep in it now, so you've missed about an hour of complex discussion. Also, Brock, you missed our Poops Platoon bit,
That's
so
right.
you're gonna have to watch it on YouTube and catch up.
Find out why pooper soakers are going to be the next new
Yeah.
thing.
Start over. Wrong. We're not doing that. But
Pee pee poo poo joke.
we were
Yeah.
talking about this
Wiener.
sequence in Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, where essentially they're reinforcing Krypton with steel plating. Oh,
What's left of Krypton?
yeah.
So I love the movement in this panel too when she's hammering it down.
Mm.
It starts from the top left where Comet and Supergirl are riding, then it's a little to the right. She's a little to the right in the next panel, a little to the right, and the next panel a little to the right.
But she's also like in a further like plunge of the swing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's just so much storytelling going on with that. It's like when you're drawing someone running in a comic, like if you're doing it panel per panel, you want the next foot to be going. You know, you want there to be, you know, there's been movement. It's not just the same step, you know. It's not the left foot every time. It's left, right, left, right, left, right. Doing that again with everything. Even the horse galloping. You know, we're seeing different
Yeah.
movement. It's not the
Oh my
same
God.
pose. Yeah, and then you see less people in the background, and then she's the last one. It's great. And then the color on top of that, going from daytime to nighttime, is great.
Absolutely.
Storytelling.
But keeping that blue throughout it.
Uh-huh.
The blue, I love the difference too between the action of her hammering, like trying to save her home planet, and it's just so much kinetic energy like invested in this specific action. And then just that, galloping of her and Comet across. I love the difference in like the energy of the fabric and everything that she's able to pull off.
We got a very sexually charged chat going on right now.
Ooh. Yeah, hold hands. I dare you. I dare you both.
Calm down,
Yeah.
guys. Save it for after,
Do it, Brock. Do it, Anthony.
Look, I get it, but I got to keep two hands on the book right now. You know what I mean? So, but me and this book are gonna have some alone time later.
Dude, it looks so good.
It looks so good.
The textures in this are fantastic. I would love to see these pages.
I have enough hands for all of you.
So, Manny, I didn't know if you knew this, but all these pages are on Felix Comic Art's website in black and
Oh,
white.
shit.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Whoa.
No. Not kidding, man. I've looked at them. They're
Is-
I didn't
gorgeous.
realize that
Is
she was
Bilqis Felix
Yeah.
repped? I did not know that.
She's Felix repped. Uh-huh.
She needs to go to.
Yeah, and she hasn't been at fucking Heroes Con once? What the hell's up with that?
I know. Gotta get her to
It's
come
like,
over
tell
to the
me about
States.
it. I have a love letter
Please.
written for her. I just Noah, let me proofread it. I mean, I'm gonna sign it, but
Me
Yeah.
too.
Take credit for it.
We'll write a group letter, man.
I love it.
We'll all go together.
You are
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
That envelope is
love
going to be
you.
crusted shut.
We let Kev seal it. I would not recommend opening it.
His just turns into a brick. He can't open it.
Let's just say it's going to be enriched with zinc.
Months of sync.
Again,
Jesus Christ.
more lonely Supergirl staring off into the abyss. My kind of woman. Looking just absolutely extraordinary. Fucking you just give me a sci-fi shot of a lonely silhouette staring against the planet or a sun just dying. Like, give me that in every book. I'm a sucker for it every time. It looks so good. It works every time.
It just kind of reminds me of the Mad Max Fury Road bit when Furiosa is in the
Yeah.
dirt after realizing her family's dead. It's so good. God.
I love you talk about visual storytelling, Manny, and you were spot on. But like the comet, that when you turn the page, it turns into her and Comet literally still trying to outrun this warp bubble thing.
What a
And
transition.
someone tell me, what the hell is it that they run into? Like, they run to the end of the universe? Is that what I'm supposed to take this as?
I thought it was just like abstraction, you know what I mean? That they just kept running until they couldn't anymore. And this is more of like a metaphor than it is a literal, like, and then they went to this point in the universe, you know what I mean?
I think they run into infinity. Like, there's a line that she says to Comet, like right as they're about to take off. It's like to the end of the universe and a little bit farther.
Yeah.
I think she says. Yeah.
Okay.
So they go into infinity, basically.
Sick. I've never been there, but I hear it's nice this time of year.
Yeah. Well, I hear at the end of the universe, Manny can't spoil Furiosa. So Brock says, thanks a lot for the spoiler, douche.
Oh,
Okay.
you're welcome. It's not like it's only been out for like 10 years.
Yeah, if you didn't see Fury Road, what are you doing? Stop watching my stream and go watch Fury Road, and then come back and watch this on YouTube.
Fuck out of here.
Start from the beginning.
Yeah, then you can start following from the first cover. Yeah, but Furiosa is the character in Fury Road. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about the new Furiosa movie.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that one.
He can't spoil what he hasn't seen.
Yeah.
So frig off, Brock.
Frick off, Brock. Yeah,
And I love her space shuttle. Like,
Yeah.
Bilquis's version of the space shuttle gets launched out. So cool.
I don't know what any of you are talking about ever.
I will say, I do like how this is like tied into Superman's origin, but it's not like, it's like, oh, I was sent here to take care of you. It was like, oh, it just so happens that Supergirl's dad listened to Jor-El talk about a rocket, right? He was like,
Yeah.
I want to save my daughter, so I'm gonna build one too, right?
Yeah.
And then just send her off as like a Hail Mary to save her, right? I love that.
Manny, I'm gonna give you homemade lip balm the next time I see you.
Ooh.
Don't
Ooh,
Oh.
coconut.
don't use it. Don't use
Don't
it.
use it.
Don't use it.
Hit him with the.
Stay on target, boys. Stay on target. We're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost
We're
crossing the
getting there,
finish line. This still hasn't been an egregiously long stream. Not like our Murder Falcon one, which was 3 hours long. That
He had a
one,
lot to say.
it was intense.
Rock,
wait
that
till we
takes a
do
lot of
power bomb.
strawberry yoo-hoo.
That one's gonna be 4.
Strawberry yoo flavored with a hint of bleach.
What is
I didn't even know they made strawberry yoo-hoo. You know, it's not even chocolate milk, it's just chocolate drink. That's fucked me up my whole life.
That's just drink.
Is it like that nasty strawberry milk they used to have at like school and stuff?
Hey, don't badmouth the
Probably.
fucking strawberry milk at school. That shit was tight.
Talk shit
And it
about-
cost
I
a
didn't like it,
quarter.
man.
It cost
I'm
Was
a
it
sorry, I
quarter.
didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Was it the strawberry milk that came in the box or the strawberry milk that came in the bag?
The carton.
In the box.
We're children
Yeah,
of the
no.
90s, Ben. Okay, we didn't drink
Oh,
out of
sorry.
any fucking
We are
bags.
sorry. We got bag
All right.
milk, which is why we
All
all
right,
love
Canadian.
box wine so much.
Only Canadians
never
do
drink
bag
box-
milk.
You never drink box wine out of the box. You just take the bag out of the box. It's just ridiculous.
Okay.
No, I'm a classy guy, okay? I keep it in the box. I put it on the high shelf so I don't even have to reach for it. I can just extend my arm and
Just
Yeah,
go
dude.
on me.
one of the best parties we ever did in college was like a Tour de Francia, and it was a wine and cheese. So our Tour de Francia was everyone brings a box of wine. You have to finish it before you leave the party.
Oh my!
And we did it once a year, and then the our senior year it was like a fancy wine and cheese mixer, but everyone just bought boxes of Franzia and like craft singles, and then we just sat there pretending to like have an elegant like cheese and wine pairing, just getting absolutely hammered off of like $2 box wine.
Yes, I really smell the white grape in this one.
The tannins. That sounds awful. Let's do it. If you want a gnarly hangover, Franzia. It's the easiest way to do it. You will ruin yourself. But I digress. You know who never drinks fucking Franzia? Supergirl. Excellent segue. Thank you, Kevin.
Well done.
Nice job.
Bailey's into the awful Franzia night.
Yeah.
This one's really a Ruthie-centric issue again, I think. Because it kind of
yeah.
feels like Supergirl fighting the pirates, or the brigands rather, is not an afterthought, but it's definitely like something that's meant to be like, this is happening in the background while Ruthie is like confronting Krim while he's tied to a tree, right?
Yeah.
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 God, the brigand ship design. God, look at that 2-page fucking spread.
Oh, yeah.
And once again, you have Supergirl floating there in space, staring at this really cool object. So
What a great frame too, with the star, the sun behind her too.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the cross hatching down here. Oh, in the shadows.
yeah, the textures are incredible. Dry brushing like crazy all over the place. Looks great.
God, Manny,
So
you're just
good.
staring at the strokes, appreciating each stroke. I
Yeah.
see what you're doing there. See,
Hell yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Man,
There's
how
another
delicious
page.
do these apples look?
They look-
Really freaking good.
So good.
Those were awesome.
I want to
I'd
bite
put that in
one.
my mouth. That's for sure.
Captain Harlock looking ass ship. I bet that was in it. Captain Harlock. Oh, I'm ignorant.
Oh yeah, it is a very Captain Harlock looking ship. The big sails and everything coming off of it, very
What is Captain
very
Harlock?
manga anime thing,
Oh, it's not a One
Yeah.
Piece thing?
not a One Piece thing.
I
No.
don't know. I assume Brock only cares about One Piece.
That's it. That's all he watches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the piece that's in his pants. All right, so
Oh,
made
yeah.
another dick reference. Let's go to the giant palm tree that kind of looks like a giant dick. See, I
Before
can
we go to
segue
that,
too. Oh, dang it. I almost had it. Sorry.
let's look at the scene where she's just getting like fired on by like the pirates. Like,
Dude,
Oh.
look at that
panel-
scene.
panel
Again,
they're getting surrounded by all
the
the cannons and
eyes.
shit looks so fantastic. Yeah.
just punching artillery shells is like so crazy.
Right. Have you guys ever seen that old Superman cartoon where he's like punching back this ray?
Oh yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of,
Yeah.
but so much cooler.
Oh yeah, this is way cooler. Way cooler. Imagine if this was the commercial.
Dude.
This
This
giant
scene-
fucking book.
Mm. I love her contorted body here. She's getting blasted. And she just blends into all the fire and chaos.
That's all it is
Mm.
too. It's just rays getting shot at her. These pages, and it looks fantastic.
Something I love.
The black and the red transitioning to the bright blues and calming beach aesthetic.
Yeah, we're like, we're just in chaos and battle. All you see is red, and then it's got a guy
Yeah.
tied up to a tree.
We're listening to Michael McDonald on the beach.
Yeah.
What I love is the Supergirl not saying a dang word, and it's just all the captions from Ruthie, and then we go to the next page where it's like, guess what? Ruthie's still talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
She talks a lot with a lot of words.
lot. a lot of words.
And comments like,
Hey.
I do like where she goes, all right, I'm just gonna take his gag off, and he immediately like goes to insults. I'm like, you do know you're tied up, right? If she really wanted to, like, you'd be dead. So why are you here running your mouth already?
Is that you, girl? The rock farm bitch?
Hello, great to see you too.
Everybody needs to get them a rock farm bitch, you know what I mean?
This the beard, the rendering on the beard is fantastic. Like just looking at that, it's separated like clearly by the colorist. You know, they're not drawing
Yeah.
like every single strand of hair. It's just like subtle, like patterns. You know, and you can feel it.
You know who would really love this? Is Bailey Powell.
I think she, yeah, for sure. I think she would.
And then Supergirl falling to Earth. Or the planet, I should say. And then waking up mid-flight. God, the eyes. Over and over again. The eyes in this book. Window to the soul and all that.
So good.
He's pissed.
Dude, the fact that she just destroys the floor of the ship with her landing is fucking the power, the oomph. That's a real hero landing.
That's right.
Let my superheroes break shit, man. Come on.
Hell yeah.
I love that dude in the background with the little space helmet on and the robot arm.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Very Jet
Yeah.
Li, like Nick Fury in space. That's what it looks like.
Hell yeah.
Big old baggy
Fucking
pants and knee
incredible.
pad.
Yeah. Gotta have it.
Oh god, the shot of her father's murder is devastating.
Talking
Again.
about dry brushstrokes, Manny. Look at that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I just pooped a little
Oh.
bit. It was awesome. Yeah.
Pixel's in here. Hey, what up, Pixel? Love it. We're reading Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Give you a clip. Yeah. Book rules.
Look at that. Freaking shit.
Man, again, even the in the left page where you're able to frame the murder with the red sun as the backdrop, it's just such a great framing again. God, the detail on the earth, it's just more BILQUIS. I need more BILQUIS in my.
Very
Yeah, for
big into
sure.
the pants here too. This like
I love the
floofy.
pants, man.
Yeah.
I'd wear those pants.
Even though Krim is a complete dirtbag, dude, his pants rock.
No, he looks fly. I cannot deny. Oh, I just flipped the page. Wow. Oh my god. I'm gonna hold this one up in close up just to scan the details for those of you
the
at
big
home.
battle on the ship deck.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. I mean, and then going for that silhouetted shot. Again, perfect. We love the shots in profile. Oh my god, coming at it from all angles. Holy crap. God.
See, just all those different pirates are just like throwaway characters, basically.
All of them have a unique
And
Each
design.
one of unique,
Yeah.
yeah. And I would want action figures of all of them. Make them all now, DC. Give it to
It's-
McFarlane. He can do it.
So much work was put into this book, and you just have to go over it again and again just to appreciate it all.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we go from like the insane detail of the ship battle back to Ruthie and the horse, and just again, while you would think there's not much to do, every line on Comet the horse is just fantastic, and then the dry brushing for shading just to show it's so pretty.
Yeah.
So freaking pretty.
Even on the tree, got a whole bunch of dry brushing on tree. On tree, dry brush, dry tree. Yeah.
I was gonna say, you can tell Manny's like real into dry brushing right now.
Yeah.
Oh god,
He's
dry
into his
brush.
brushes.
Brush.
Dude. It's hot.
Pixel says, I swear sometimes Amazon knows I've been searching for comic books and stuff. So I want to start reading more. And well, a couple days later, I was ordering something on Amazon. I get a manga recommendation. Now I'm reading a gay manga. I would argue that all manga is gay.
No,
I'm kidding.
no,
Hey, it's a
no.
joke. Have fun, y'all. Jesus.
And by the way, Pixel, it's most likely listening if you have your microphone turned on in the Amazon app. It listens, so you can go into your app settings and turn that off.
I mean, I don't know. That sounds pretty convenient. My Amazon is going to be full of gay manga, and you don't see me complaining.
I
And
will.
toilet paper,
Yep, and
maybe hemorrhoid cream.
Yeah. Yeah. And pooper soakers, because Jeff Bezos already stole the idea and let's put them into production.
Bastard.
if you're using
Anyway.
the website, then it's just based off the other stuff you're searching in your web browser. So
Yeah. So you were probably looking at a bunch of gay stuff and comics. And then it was like gay comics and connected the dots for you.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people have been inadvertently outed by their Amazon searches.
How did they know?
Shared
It's just
family
because you're
account. Like,
not willing to own it. Like, yeah, I read gay comics. I read gay manga. I read normal comics and whatever. All comics are gay, right?
I mean,
most things are gay. That's kind of the thing with things.
Yep.
That's the thing with things.
You know what I mean?
All right, so what's the thing about the what's going on in this book? That was not as good a transition or a segue.
No.
I'll
You
try
know
next
what's
time.
super gay? This book. Nailed it.
Got it. God, I gotta write these down so I can use them next time.
Before I forget, I said I'd try and explain why I think like Krim's progression to like genocide isn't that crazy. He explains why he kills Ruthie's father in this issue, and I think what he says is he's basically like, I killed him not because he was disloyal, but because he thought he was better than me, and he's not, so I just killed him just thinking about that. So it's like, yeah, that sounds pretty logical for a guy who goes on to commit genocide, you know?
Well, that's
I
the
killed him
thing.
because he made me feel bad.
Exactly.
I don't
looked at
really
me.
think that anybody who commits genocide feels bad about it. You know what I mean? Like a single murder, probably. As soon as you get into 2 murders or more, I gotta start thinking that you don't really have a problem with killing people. You know what I mean?
And he says he like does it pretty regularly, so it's not his first time.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
something you did for the king. So,
I burned my hand on the stove once, and I never did it again on purpose. You know what I mean? Well, maybe this guy's just.
Sometimes
You don't commit genocide
Wait,
on
so
accident. Unless
Well,
you're like the guy who slipped on the button on the Death Star. You know what I mean? You're like, oh no!
But I'm trying to understand. So wait, in your analogy, burning your hand on the stove, you're like, yeah, I did that once. And I was like, wow, that was bad. So like this guy kills somebody once, and I'm like, I would assume that's bad.
But he
But
was like,
then-
no. He just loves burning his hand on the stove.
Oh, so when you're the smart one, you don't. Okay.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
He
It
opens
just
by
means
saying,
you
like,
don't enjoy. You haven't killed enough people, Kev. That's all that.
Yeah, maybe I should kill some people.
yeah.
It's basically
really
like,
the whole message in this book, huh?
Yeah.
yeah. He basically
Sensitive
states,
burly
like,
man plus obvious insecurities equals genocide. Good one, man. I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe you'll love genocide. You haven't tried it.
Yeah, but try it. It's all the rage nowadays.
Just do a little bit of genocide. After my, dog Pilates class and my soul cycle, I'll go commit a little genocide. Then we'll go have brunch on the west side, and it'll be great.
I'm gonna.
Just-
I'll try
I-
anything once.
If you haven't heard in the news, you could go out and watch a bear get murdered and throw it in the back of your SUV, where apparently you keep a lot of stuff, even like bicycles that people want to get rid of. And then you're like, you know what? The bear's in good enough condition. I can skin it and eat the meat, but I gotta go and like hang out with some other people for like, a steakhouse. And then it's like, then I gotta fly somewhere. So now I've got this bear in the back of my car that's been there all day.
Are you talking about
And-
RFK?
I don't know what I'm talking about. That should be a freaking comic book
Neither
story.
do I, man. I'm lost.
It's like, what
Well,
Where am I?
didn't RFK eat a bunch of bear meat and get like a parasitic brainworm from it? Isn't that what happens when you eat
We
bears?
assume that's where he got it from. So go in the news, look up RFK bear story. You'll know all about it. Sorry. So like bears, Supergirl is bearing a lot.
You'll get
of
it right eventually. I can't
It's the
I
same
can't bear to stay. Oh, I fucked it up too. You know what? Let's just talk about this fucking comic book. God damn it.
Anyway, Krim's crazy. Supergirl's being cool. Where were we
Very
again?
cool.
We were at this sequence where she's fighting the brigands. They've all got her fucking tied up and shit on the boat, and
Dude, the
she's staring
kryptonite
down.
bullet.
Yeah,
Gosh.
look at her fucking eyes, dude. Oh boy, here he goes segueing again.
Hey.
That's what they said to me after I got really into Paul Blart Mall Cop.
No boy.
Oh no.
And again, more eyes, even though they're like cold dead robot eyes. Fucking amazing.
Looks terrifying.
Hmm.
Cold.
Come. Oh, comet.
Right.
I thought it said come.
Explain to me. Yeah, come.
Come.
No, wait.
Come.
So she's staring down this kryptonite bullet, and Comet jumps in there. Why is Comet a dude?
Yeah, I don't see a horse cock on him.
Yeah, where's the horse cock?
Maybe Kryptonian
Yeah.
horses don't have cocks.
They're gender neutral.
No cocks.
I think they do prescribe him as a
Almost.
boy, right? In the dialogue.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. You know what? I think Krem is just assuming the horse's gender, which is really fucked up of him.
That is rude. Krem,
That's
you
not
should
cool,
know
man.
better. Uncool. We do get to see how uncool Krim is here pretty soon too. Dude,
Yeah.
and this standoff scene on the beach is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh my
that was
gosh.
cool.
God damn, this cover of her on the planet. Mm.
The chaos of Comet coming in on the pirate ship, though, and then the freaking barbed wire wrapped around Supergirl is freaking crazy.
Yeah.
That energy, the way she's drawn.
Oh.
It is
Oh.
incredible.
Oh. Oh.
Watch out,
Yeah.
guys. Watch out. Lots of zinc.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
And
Mm-hmm.
getting kicked in the face.
Jeez.
It just makes me realize that like I do not spend enough time noodling on my panels because although I also think, I would probably murder myself if I had to noodle this much on a panel. Maybe one day if it calls for it. But wow.
Bye, Pixel.
I mean, it
Enjoy
is
your gay
absolutely-
manga.
Yay.
All right, have fun, Pixel. Sounds cool.
Might just keep this as a background sound. It's an honor. I'm happy we can provide you with a service. Yeah, noodling. If we've learned anything from Bilqus, if we've learned anything from Trad Moore, you can always noodle more.
True.
Who are some other good noodlers? Mobius, he's a good noodler.
Mm-hmm.
The ultimate noodler.
Yeah, one of the kings of noodle.
Dude, so much.
Oh, Jeff Darrow, the god king of noodle.
Yeah, the thing about that is that his noodles are like correct in perspective.
Oh my gosh.
The most neurotic noodling ever.
It's insane.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, he said in an interview that he's now comfortable without drawing with a guide. He's comfortable now.
That's
Drawing with
crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
What
wild.
about I will bring up one that we definitely missed, but Kim Jong-il.
Oh,
Yeah.
rest in peace. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
rest in peace.
What a fantastic noodler. His stuff is
He was the
amazing.
bro. Outdrew Jim Lee at a con. Jim Lee was stunned. Hilarious.
Amazing.
Oh my god. This sequence,
Dude,
the intercutting between Ruthie and Krem on the beach with Supergirl going absolutely full berserker mode is
Yes.
crazy.
yeah.
And again, those colors. Having the blue, just this little pop out of blue, differentiating her in the middle from everything. Yeah, give me that. Straight into my veins.
Great.
I mean, and what a well-deserved climax. We had the talk out with Supergirl ramping up, and now we have her going God mode berserker, and then Krem and Ruthie having a seriously epic fight. Yeah, putting the sword in the sand and just going for it.
Ruthie just kicking his ass too.
Because she
There's a line
learned.
that
She fought a fucking dinosaur. You don't think you should fight some random white guy?
That is true. There's a
line.
line in here about kicking a person in the face enough. What was it that? Where's that dialogue? Doesn't matter his current girth. You kick a man enough in the face, he starts to lose a sense of the up and down of things. I was like, that's so good.
Only reality he understands is he don't want to be kicked in the face no more.
Exactly.
Which is a very uncharacteristic thing for Ruthie to say, which I thought was really good.
Yeah.
People always say how using reference is bad and cheating and yada yada, but if you get better with anything, and that being something like anatomy or something like hands, go for it. If you take something from it, you can make better stuff, and all the power to you. Pixel, here's something you need to know about reference. Use it as much and as often as you want. There's no rules to art, and people who say you're not a real artist for using references clearly have not looked at anything Alex Ross has ever painted, and they can go suck a thumb.
Dude.
Big ol'
Yeah.
thumb.
Yep. I mean, legendary artist R. Crumb from the underground comic scene was doing a lot of reference drawing from life. Okay.
Yep.
Reference is literally fine.
Yeah, I mean, our old masters would make little maquettes, little sculptures, and what Alex Ross does when making comics, they'd make little sculptures of stuff that they didn't have in front of them, so they had something to reference on how the light is bouncing off of it, or even an outfit they would have in their studio, or put something together. References
Put
keep.
people in outfits and take pictures under certain lighting, right?
Yeah,
A mixture of photographic reference, and so
yeah, use it.
Pixel, here's
Yeah.
a piece of advice
Dreaming.
for you, because you're saying people say this makes you pissed off. You should be. When it comes to art, don't listen to fucking anybody who tells you art should be one way or the other, or should be made in one way or the other. Do whatever the fuck you want, and that's how the best art is gonna come from you and to you. Seriously, like, learn from masters. Take what you think applies to you and your worldview and your art, and then throw away the rest and just focus on you.
Yeah.
Don't
And if
fucking
anything,
listen
if
to
you
me.
want advice from anybody, follow the people that are on a similar path that you want to be on, not just a random fine arts person. Don't just follow them because they've been drawing anatomy. You need to know, like, the person needs to know your goal, needs to know where you want to go, what's your idea. You know, if you have those answers and those questions, and they're able to help guide you with that because they've been in the same sort of industry or whatever, same sort of worldview, whatever it is, they're going to help push you more than just a random fine arts studio teacher. Okay, so just find those people. That's
Yeah.
my 2 cents.
And listen to
And-
people. Oh yeah, no, you go.
Oh, sorry. If I can just say one thing, it's just it's not cheating if it helps you make a better piece of art.
Yeah.
100%. Never taking classes. LOL. I mean, you don't necessarily need to, as long as
No,
you
you
just stay diligent. Do your. I mean, honestly, like, there's a lot of great art that comes from organic sources that don't have any formal or classical training. That applies to all mediums, not just like visual art, because if you're not really listening to what anyone tells you, you're just going to be yourself, which is all any artist who does take formal classes wants to figure out how to do anyway. So, but there is merit to it. You know, it's good to have workshops and feedback and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
if anyone's
Those
tearing you
are-
down, don't listen to that bullshit. Just only, be
Yeah.
around people who are going to uplift you.
100%.
Yeah. Go on schoolism.com. I think they're doing a sale right now. Get those foundations and fundamentals going. Go to proco.com. They just redid their site like 2 years ago, and it looked fantastic. You know, it's affordable. You're not spending thousands and thousands of dollars learning the foundations and stuff. So check those out.
Hell yeah. But Brock, if you're still in here, I will be hosting a schoolism edging seminar that I will be charging $140 per class. You'll get the friends and family discount, but we will be gooning and edging together, friends.
You get the small discount of $69.
Nice.
The website is called Schoolism.
Yeah, it's all art. It's not.
Not
it's not
gooning.
anything nasty. Well, and one that Manny you've told me about. So schoolism is great, but it's also what is it? How to think about what you draw.
How to think when you draw by the Etherington
How to
brothers.
think when you, yeah, fantastic free resources and lots of different subjects covered. So if you're wanting to see what's available for free, there's a lot of good stuff out there too.
They also have a How to Think When You Write blog post as well that goes alongside How to Think When You Draw. So check it out.
The secret to great writing is constant edging. No, I will not elaborate.
Please, but you must.
Well,
Speaking of edging, hold on. I think I got this. Wait, hold on, guys. Hold on. Speaking of edging, Ruthie's about to use the edge of her blade for something in the book. Did I do it?
You're getting there. You're getting there.
Close enough. Close enough.
Trial and error.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bailey said, "Oh God, not again." Yeah, she cuts his fucking fingers off.
Oh, that, yeah. I should've just said that.
And it's awesome. It's so sick. This shot of him keeling over in pain with the bloody stumps on his hand is fucking rad. What a justified end.
I mean, I don't know that it's a completely justified end. I mean, we'll get to that too, but I do like the fact that it's the hand that he used to run the blade through her dad. So it's like, guess what? You can't really hold a sword without any fingers, bitch.
Hell yeah.
Bond.
Look at how pathetic he looks in that panel, like just so sad and beaten up. And he's holding out his stump of a hand, right? It's like,
I do
"Oh."
like the close up of the missing fingers, totally.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And she can't kill him. Swipe, swipe, swipe. I don't know. Maybe you just need a little help. And then here's Comet. Comet the himbo.
Man, still the he horse. The horsey? Horse he.
We're not assuming the horse's gender, but
The
Comet
horse.
is a man.
Jack Horseman. Wait, that's already taken.
You tried. We get to this final moment where Krem is despondent, alone on the beach. Fuck. Sorry, I'm just like trying not to read it right now, but I am just reading. This is so good.
Yeah, this is where, if you stuck with all the walls and mountains of text that Thomas put on the page, this I think is some of the best. Like closing out this book, there's so much catharsis in what's going on between Ruthie's character and Supergirl. Where, okay, so this is the thing too. This is where I believe Supergirl, is this where she tells Ruthie, like, yeah, crypto's fine? Like, really wasn't about crypto, even though I was saying I need to find a cure for the poison? Is that here, or is that...
It's the next. Yeah,
It's in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, he's fine. I'm Supergirl. I figured it out.
You don't think I could have solved all those problems? Come on. I'm
Yeah.
Supergirl.
Get real.
Great.
And in that moment of doubt, they will learn as I have learned of the legend of Supergirl who lost everything and kept on walking.
What a great line.
For as well as you know, as well as I, whatever dreams we may have, enough killing's been done.
Yeah.
It's
So
too
good.
big. We're too small. And that's how it begins, doesn't it? With Ruthie saying, it's too big, we're too small. And now Supergirl is saying it back to her at the end. What a good callback.
I think it's the fantastic callback. You get, where Supergirl goes to wind up and swing. That page where it recaps everything that's happened over the past several issues in one page. It's just panel after panel after panel. I was like, that is amazing. I love it. It's like we were brought all the way to this because of this one murder.
Yeah, I'm not going to read the full monologue there, but it's so fucking well written.
Yeah.
That's
why they got to go out and get it.
Yeah. Read it
Exactly.
first, you dummies. What are you doing?
But yeah, look, and then Crypto's back. Look at that.
Well, yeah, Crypto's alive, but we've also fast forwarded like many, many years into the future. Can't a woman rest? In my experience, Ruthie dear, no, I do not believe she ever can.
Dude. Crazy.
I liked your book, that fictitious fiddle faddle. I'm sorry you had to waste your time on it.
I like that word, fiddle faddle.
Oh yeah, I love that Tom King. Like, one thing that we didn't really touch on too often in this conversation, but is present, is like, this is space. there are any rules we want in Space Story, but for whatever reason, there's like a space bus and space bus stations, and there's like a space diner. It's like very much like a normal human diner. You know what I mean? There's just all sorts of shit like that, and like, you know, she uses phrases like fiddle faddle, which, you know, across on the other edge of the universe, they're using old timey 50s phrasing, I guess.
Foolery.
Yeah.
Tomfoolery.
Yeah.
But dude, speaking of that bus design reminded me of like the Magic School Bus, but like
Oh yeah.
awesome, like a space version of it. And I was like, I'm about this bus. You have no idea.
About to bust over that bus.
Hell yeah, busting, dude.
Hmm.
Anyway,
What a beautiful ending.
Yeah.
The Phantoms.
so- Explain, yeah, the Phantom Zone. I thought that was cool. He's, you know, they put him in the Phantom Zone. He's stayed there, and apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently, there are people in the Phantom Zone that kind of keep track and work with these people to try to make them better. I had no idea that was a Phantom Zone thing.
It's like space rehab. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a concept that we're playing with along those lines for Time Police as well. But I was just like, wow, okay, again, we thought we had an original thought. We do not. Other people had that same thought. So, but I love how he comes out completely groveling and, you know, just happy to see everyone. And what a great page turn moment. You got the elderly Ruthie, Space Girl, Supergirl,
Super Space Girl.
and Krim. And he's just like, forgive me, I beg you, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. And then that page turn to the silhouettes.
Yeah,
Oh
her
my
dying unceremoniously.
Back to where we started, man. It's just the sun's rising now.
he's just holding his head and then just collapses.
But what I don't, so I guess we're to take it that this is a book that Ruthie has written. Is that?
Yeah, that's what Supergirl specifically mentions. Like, I
And
liked your
so-
book.
Yeah. And so the written ending is different from the real ending.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. So you get two endings, really.
I was reading, like, I read it for the first time and I had to read it again. I'm like, what did I miss? And then I went back and I'm like, okay, so is this a book? That's what I wanted to clear up. I needed you guys that were smarter than me to clear it up.
The whole storytelling angle is that this is Ruthie's book.
Right.
Yeah.
Which again would account for the flowery language if she didn't just already talk like that. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get some killer fucking back matter with some variant covers. Hell to the fuck, yeah.
oh, we get some concept art.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't realize Steve Rude did a cover for it.
Yeah, David Mack, his cover is out of control. Oh my god, I love David Mack's colors.
Seeing, let's see, there's a variant cover for issue number 5 by Amy Reeder. After seeing that, I'm like, apparently I need to pick up some Amy Reeder stuff like that. I love that style.
Hell yeah. These are all great.
It's another reason to pick up the deluxe, man. They have a process page for Amy Reeder's cover.
Ooh.
No. Oh, hell yeah.
We got some original
Yeah.
pencils and fucking sketches.
Dude, Nicola Scott and Eddie Kwok.
I love these Krim sketches, dude. God. Pencils are nuts. Sheesh. So this was a beefy episode coming in on 2 hours. Closing thoughts, gentlemen. Noah, our esteemed guest, I'll let you go first.
I really enjoyed this. I hope more people pick it up. And if you haven't already, go pick up Helen of Windhorn. It's like this, but imagine like the roles of Supergirl and Ruthie are reversed, right? That's what that book is. Same team, same gorgeous artwork, and this book is just worth having on your shelf in the nicest edition you can afford. Just period.
Hell yeah.
Just perfect in every way, in my opinion.
Manny, Ben, closing thoughts?
What Noah said.
Yeah.
I would say if you are ever wanting a Supergirl book to start with and you're just tired of the same old storytelling trope of main characters going to lead you through a story that they're driving, and you want something different, like start with this. This was fantastic. I love the fact that it's a book about Supergirl that literally is a book about Supergirl. So I think this is fantastic. And as soon as that Helena Winhorn trade comes out, it is going to be in my hands because this creative team, Tom King, BILQUIS EVELY, and MATHEUS LOPES, they are a fantastic creative group. I think this book is just gorgeous. And if you are a Hayao Miyazaki fan, I got so many Nausicaa vibes coming out of this. Just thought it was fantastic. So go to your local comic book store.
Agreed.
Yeah.
This book is a modern classic.
Absolutely.
It's character defining. It's one of Tom King's finest works. Yeah, if you're not sold on Tom King, read this and tell me you're not. Because I know he's kind of controversial, particularly for his Batman books. But otherwise, yeah, you can buy this at your local comic shop. There are some great ones. We're going to shout out Acme Comics in Greensboro. Both their Battleground and their downtown location are excellent. We're going to shout out Ultimate Comics. They're a solid spot in the Triangle. Capital Comics in Raleigh is also very good. If you have a local comic book store and you want us to shout it out, let us know. We always will put on great comic retailers. Yeah. Chat if you're on Twitch, comment if you're on YouTube, DM me on Instagram if you're doing that. As a final wrap, if you are interested in what's going on here, Mouthbreathers Guild, you can join the conversation at any time by following us on Twitch, KiwiSpicy_MBG here where you're watching. You can follow the Manny Draws. You can follow is your Twitch handle Ben Hill Art?
Ben_Hill_art.
Love it. You can join our Discord, which will be linked below. You should join that Discord and talk to artists and creators and comic book lovers, general nerds, dweebs, geeks, and freaks. We love talking about nerdy shit. We're always available, always on. And if you want to support us, go to mouthbreathersguild.com. Sign up for our newsletter. Buy our comics. See us at cons when we're there. We'll always announce when we're coming. Otherwise,
Noah, what did you say your handle was?
Noah.
For
It's Noah McCann on Instagram. NOAHMCHAN, all one word.
There you
Love
go.
it. Noah McCann. Time Police on Etsy. And if you get lost in the sauce, don't remember where to go, just join the Discord and ask us. We're there for you. Otherwise, that's all we got. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Don't know what book we're covering, but we'll announce it in the Discord if you want to read along and join the chat. Otherwise, we love you. Good night.
There it is.
Bye.
See ya.